So, you might be asking yourself, what happened to my split toning in Lightroom? If you've done the most recent update to Lightroom, you will notice that they have replaced split toning with color grading. This video is intended for photographers who have been used to using split toning and now suddenly color grading has popped up and you don't know what to do with it. So this is not a comprehensive review. I'm just going to show you how to use color grading like you would have used split toning. And then maybe in the future you can watch a more comprehensive review, or not review, but a more comprehensive tutorial about color grading, so that you can use it to its full potential, which I don't even know yet. I'm going to have to do that myself. But just to get you through, here's what you do. So when you see color grading, you'll see these three colored boxes, and it has midtones, shadows, and highlights. So you know that with split toning, you could use split toning and you could add a little hue or color to the shadows and to the highlights. Well, with color grading, you still have the shadows and highlights, and you can still do it just like you did with split toning, but you can also do it to the midtones now too, which is really nice. Okay, so here's what you do. You can use this little wheel and spin it around. Can you see how my hue number is changing there? So I like to use hue of roughly around 45-ish right there. So I could do that, and then I can also, oh, that's the luminance. Sorry, luminance is new. You can actually change the luminance of your highlights too. I'm actually just going to leave that in the middle because that wasn't there before, but you can change the saturation. So you can also go like this and move the saturation where you want it. Now that you've got the hue set, I usually like my shadows to be a saturation of roughly around 13. I like my shadows a tiny bit warmer. And then of course you can do the same thing to the highlights. Now, if you find it cumbersome to use this or this, you can actually type the numbers in specifically. So if you go to the top here, you see here's the shadows, here's the midtones, and here's the highlights. So let's go to the shadows. You can see I have this set at 44, but let's say I like to do it at 43. I know that's probably not going to make much of a difference. And then I can type in 13 here. So another thing you're going to want to do, and this is already done, is you're going to want to make sure that your blending is turned all the way up to 100. And for some reason, it defaults to a balance of plus 60. Now this, I'm not sure exactly what it does, but hey, I will just leave it there. It's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to go to my highlights, and you could see everything. Oh, actually, I did it to my oops. Sorry, didn't mean to zoom in there. I did it to my highlights too. So I'm going to actually do my highlights at 43 hue and an 8 saturation. And again, I'm going to make sure my blending is 100. And then that's it. That's all you need to do. So same hue, same saturation, just like you did split toning. Make sure your blending is at 100 and the balance is set. I think the balance might be set to 0 by default, but I don't know. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know exactly what the blending does at this point. But another thing I wanted to point out was that you can use your preset over here. And if you click on your preset, you can see that my preset does set where it used to set my split toning. It's also affecting this color grading. So don't worry, your preset is going to work perfectly fine just like it did before. But if you want to adjust the split toning like you did before, you can come here, adjust the shadows, come here, adjust the highlights, and you could do it just like you did before. All right. Good luck.